Question 5, say you are watching your favorite television program and a commercial comes on. A soothing voice begins to describe your imaginary vacation in the lush tropical paradise of Timbuktu, which is a remote island in the South Pacific, fictitious, of course. While pictures of rainforests and secluded beaches flash across your TV screen. The commercial begins to describe your daily itinerary, while showing you the gentle and friendly native people of Timbuktu, performing native dances and other activities to the delight of the tourists. You wonder about these gentle and friendly people of Timbuktu living on an island thousands of miles away from anything out in the middle of the South Pacific. You ask yourself why the people of Timbuktu would desire tourism to come to their peaceful and secluded island. What could they possibly do with that added aggregate income generated by tourism when they're out in the middle of nowhere? What could they possibly spend their money on? What about the pollution and the noise, the hustle and bustle of the crime? And what about their peaceful and gentle way of life? Is it worth sacrificing for more income? Increases in GDP and aggregate income do not always mean the level of well-being and happiness increased is well for all citizens of the society. With this in mind, please explain your thoughts or insights regarding this hypothetical commercial. And our junior tutor said, in my opinion, the ecological footprint arising from higher tourism visits will be detrimental to residents of Timbuktu. Higher revenue from tourism will increase the real GDP of the economy, but being a closed one, the availability of goods and services is currently limited. To spend the higher income, goods have to be imported, leading to a higher import demand. As import rises, net exports components will fall, which lowers GDP. In addition, the externality effects will be negative. Higher tourism will lead to pollution, higher waste products, and ecological imbalance, each of which will contribute to negative externalities. The residents will have to bear the cost of such externality, even though they're not responsible for giving rise to such externality. So, overall, social efficiency will fall. Therefore, even though the real GDP of Timbuktu will increase somewhat, social effects will give rise to inefficiency and deadweight laws. I think that's a very good answer from our junior tutor. Maybe what they're somewhat missing would be the investment in infrastructure that would come with an increased income. So if they're able to invest in infrastructure, which would allow them to import less and generate more income and more goods on their home island, then imports would not rise as much, and they would be able to employ more people, more of their native people, and the general GDP would rise faster. There's, I think, one other point I wanted to add. Increases in GDP and aggregate income do not always mean the level of well-being and happiness increase as well for all citizens of the society. That's very true. I just wanted to add that although GDP is a very good measure, GDP per capita in particular is a good measure of overall well-being, it's an imperfect measure. And it can be the case where well-being and happiness do not correlate with an increase in GDP. Give me a second here, somebody's phoning me.